Matthijs De Ligt's next club, Manchester United, Barcelona, Liverpool or Juventus. Before the video starts, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell to turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of the content coming over the summer, and give this video a like if you enjoy it. I've also put a quiz question in the comment section below, so go down there and see if you can get the answer right. The Matthijs De Ligt saga has rolled on into the summer from the end of the season. Reports suggested that he was close to a deal with Barcelona, though in the last few weeks it has been suggested that Manchester United have offered De Ligt around £14 million a year in salary. It seems that Raiola, De Ligt's agent, wants to use United as a bargaining chip to try to get Barcelona to increase their offer, which apparently stands at around £9 million a year. A two-horse race between Manchester United and Barcelona seems to have turned into a derby dash for the young Dutchman's signature, as now Liverpool have emerged as a potential destination alongside Manchester City and PSG, and even Juventus have entered the mix, with De Ligt admitting that Ronaldo asked him to join him in Turin after the Netherlands-Portugal game. But where will and should De Ligt move this summer? At Barcelona, De Ligt would slot in alongside Piqué, which seems like a match made in heaven. Barcelona struggled in certain games last year, most notably in both Champions League legs versus Liverpool and in the first leg versus Manchester United when building out from the back. Teams identified that Langley is a weak link on the ball and would man-mark Piqué and Busquets when ter Stegen had the ball to force the build-up to go through Langley. The Frenchman gave away the ball a few times in his own half in those matches. The addition of De Ligt into the backline would bring multiple advantages to Barcelona. De Ligt is a much better ball-playing centre-back than Langley, able to control the ball under pressure and play passes into midfield in order to bypass the opposition's press. This would benefit Barcelona in big games when sides like Liverpool and Real Madrid seek to man-to-man press the Barcelona back five. This should allow Barcelona more attacking opportunities, as De Ligt's incisive passes in behind the opposition's press will get the ball into the likes of Dembele, Coutinho and Messi in space from where they can transition the attack. De Ligt is also a better one-on-one defender than Langley, which is a defensive skill that is needed at Barcelona, as due to the fullbacks advancing to provide the width in the system, if the opposition does manage to counter-attack, then the centre-backs are most likely to be forced to confront the quick wingers in the channels. At Manchester United, De Ligt would move into that backline as the number one defender and almost demand the captaincy. He'd be by far the best centre-back and likely start on the right side alongside Lindelof on the left. De Ligt would completely change the system of play at United. With the likes of Jones, Smalling and Bailly at centre-back, United struggled to build out from the back when the opposition pressed high, as those three do not have the composure on the ball when pressed to see a midfield option, nor the technical ability to pull off that pass, which often leads to either a long aimless ball upfield or possession being lost in United's defensive third. De Ligt would allow United to play out from the back and through midfield, which would benefit someone like Pogba, who usually receives the ball when the opposition has dropped off, meaning that he has to play in front of two banks of four and has to resort to playing long passes. With De Ligt's incisive passing allowing United to bypass the press, Pogba would receive the ball with more space in central midfield, which would allow him to advance United attack via his powerful dribbling in the same way that Yaya Toure or Luka Modric used to do. From De Ligt's point of view, although he'd earn more money and be the centre point of the United side, he'd also be more vulnerable with the lack of quality around him, and also De Ligt struggles when playing against a physical centre forward, with the opposition playing long balls onto that centre forward, as shown with Fernando Llorente in the second leg against Tottenham. This is more a predominant style in the Premier League than La Liga, which may see De Ligt put under more pressure defensively and potentially make more errors. Though playing in the Premier League may allow De Ligt to improve this part of his game and become a more rounded centre-back. At Liverpool, De Ligt would create a dream team centre-back partnership alongside his Dutch teammate Virgil van Dijk. This addition would improve Liverpool's already top-class defence, but would give them some added longevity, as De Ligt is only 19, nearly 20, whereas Matip is 27 and Lovren is 29, meaning that De Ligt would be Liverpool's first-choice centre-back alongside Van Dijk for the next 5 years and would vastly improve over that period. Even though De Ligt would be a tremendous signing for Liverpool, Klopp already has a young centre-back in Joe Gomez in his ranks, and Matip has shown towards the end of the season that he's capable of being Liverpool's first-choice centre-back in the long term. What this says to me is that De Ligt would be an upgrade, but Liverpool would be better off spending that £70 million elsewhere on, say, a central midfielder or a striker, as they already have some very good options at centre-back, both in the short and long terms. De Ligt would be the perfect centre-back for Pep to bring in at City. He'd bring the ability to defend in a higher line in one-on-one positions, and is less error-prone both on and off the ball than John Stones is. De Ligt has a ball-playing ability that is required to play at centre-back in Pep's system, which is a skill that is very rare amongst centre-backs. This means that whilst De Ligt may be expensive, he may be the only valid centre-back options for Pep, as Koulibaly is 28 and would cost over £100 million, and Napoli don't look like they want to sell. Harry Maguire would be available for the same price as De Ligt, though he is 7 years older and not as good as a defender as De Ligt, and also doesn't have the same range of passing as the Dutchman, which would be a crucial asset to have when City look to break down a deep block defensive structure. PSG are also said to be interested, though they need to sign a central midfielder, a Neymar or Mbappe replacement if they leave, a right back and a left back, and maybe a goalkeeper. So the centre back spot isn't a priority, and with FFP looking to impose strict penalties on teams like City and PSG, the Parisians may want to rein in their chequebook on positions they are already stocked in with young talent. Juventus should also be pushing for De Ligt, with Bonucci and Chiellini aging. De Ligt would be the perfect signing if Juventus can find the funds, though their midfield does need restructuring, which may mean they go for a less expensive option in that centre-back spot to spread the reinvestment throughout the squad. So where do I think De Ligt will end up? I think Barcelona will eventually get their man. This is because I think Barcelona see the signing of De Ligt as a once-in-a-generation opportunity, and if they miss out on De Ligt, they may struggle to find a world-class centre-back to replace Piqué in coming years. Also, the reason for this saga dragging on appears to be that Barcelona are reluctant to pay the 14 million a year salary, which is why PSG, Manchester United and Liverpool seem to have been allowed to enter the mix, as Raiola wants to essentially force Barcelona's hand into paying the extra money. I also think De Ligt will recognise that going somewhere like Manchester United may cause his defensive weaknesses to be brought out and showcased easier due to the lack of quality in that United defence, though I do think he'd prefer a move to Old Trafford than PSG or City, because De Ligt seems to recognise the importance of history and fan base at a club, and could be in the same situation that Mbappe and Neymar find themselves in, where they're at a club that achieves so much domestically but can never give a player the career fulfilment that a club like Manchester United or Barcelona can. Liverpool and Juventus could also be potential options, though I see neither being ready to splash the cash for the transfer or salary. Ultimately, this deal comes down to whether Barcelona are prepared to put the money on the table and take De Ligt away from United. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell so you don't miss out on any of the content coming over the summer, and answer the quiz question that I've put in the comment section below.